Number 10, Marcus Semien. It's a commonly known fact that the Yankees are in the market for a shortstop, yet for some reason, you rarely ever hear the name Marcus Semien mentioned. The 30-year-old played in all 162 games for the Blue Jays in 2021 and had a phenomenal year, crushing a career-high 45 homers with an .873 OPS and a WAR of 7.2. Know what Carlos Correa's WAR was last year? 7.3. Now, the obvious side note is that Semien, he was a second baseman this past year. However, he's been a decent shortstop in the past with the Oakland A's and did play 134 innings at the position with Toronto this past year. So if the Yankees rather bring in a stopgap guy until Anthony Volpe or Oswald Peraza are ready, signing Semien to a 4 or 5 year deal might be the way to go. Number 9, Kris Bryant. There is a world where the Yankees signing Kris Bryant makes a lot of sense. Plan A would just have to fall through. In this case, they would hold on to Gio Urshela and slide him over to shortstop full time. Bryant would be brought in as the primary third baseman who can also play every outfield position as well. Conventional? No, but if their plans to sign a shortstop don't fall into place the way they want to, this wouldn't be a bad idea. Over 144 games between the Cubs and the Giants, the 29-year-old Bryant hit .265 with a .353 on base, .481 slugging, 25 homers, and a .123 WRC+. Number 8, Chris Taylor. Chris Taylor plays literally everywhere, from shortstop to third base to second base to every single outfield position. He does it all and actually holds his own defensively at each spot as well. As for his offense, he's well above average with the bat, as since 2017 he has an .804 OPS with a .116 WRC+. He's also coming off a great postseason performance with the Dodgers, where he hit .351 with 4 homers in 11 games. While he's probably not the answer at shortstop, his versatility makes finding him a spot in the lineup no problem at all. Number 7, Clayton Kershaw. Many were surprised when the Dodgers chose not to offer Clayton Kershaw the $18.4 million qualifying offer, which could mean he will be pitching somewhere other than LA come 2022. With that said, you have to figure the Yankees will at the very least consider him. Having already punched his ticket to the Hall of Fame, the now 33-year-old has certainly taken a step back with age. Nonetheless, he's still an effective pitcher. While injuries limited him to just 22 starts in 2021, he put up good numbers with a 3.55 ERA, a 3.4 WAR, and his highest strikeouts per 9 since 2017. It's not quite clear how much signing Kershaw would cost, but I guess somewhere around $54 million over 3 years. Number 6, Anthony Rizzo. Another sure thing is that the Yankees will begin the 2022 season with the first baseman that is not Luke Voit. That became clear this past trade deadline when they acquired Anthony Rizzo and refused to play Voit down the stretch despite producing great offensive numbers. So the obvious answer for his replacement would be to retain Rizzo on a multi-year deal. I don't see him getting more than the $70 million extension he rejected from the Cubs. He did regress in 2021, posting his lowest WRC+ and home run total since 2013, not counting 2020, obviously. However, while he may not be an elite bat anymore, the case can still be made that the Yankees are better off having his good clubhouse presence, his left-handed bat, and his solid defense. Alright guys, brief interruption real quick. I just want to let you know about our sponsor over here at Yankees Avenue, which, as usual, is Manscaped. You can join the 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with 20% off plus free shipping with the code YANKSAV. That's my code, YANKSAV. Go to manscaped.com, use that, get 20% off plus free shipping. The brand new Performance Package 4.0 just came out. I have it myself. It's dope. And just to give you a little rundown inside, you'll find, for starters, the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, which that features a cutting-edge ceramic blade, reduces grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology, and you also have the ability to turn the 4000K LED spotlight on and off when needed for, a more precise shave. Also, did I mention, it is waterproof. The Performance Package 4.0, it also includes the Weed Whacker, to chop your worst weeds up top in your nose and your ear. Can't forget about their liquid formulations like the Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant and the Crop Reviver Toner Spray. Go to manscaped.com, get 20% off plus free shipping with the code YANKSAV. I repeat, that's 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com with the code YANKSAV. Alright, let's get back to the video, guys. Number 5, Michael Conforto. After he rejected the qualifying offer from the Mets, Michael Conforto has hit the free agent market at possibly the lowest value he'll ever have. After putting good to elite offensive numbers up from 2017 to 2020, Conforto took a dump in 2021. In 125 games, he hit just .232 with 14 homers and a .106 WRC+. He also does not play great defense. So why would the Yankees consider signing him, you might ask? Reason is, a couple years ago, Conforto was projected to be a free agent worth over $200 million. Now, he may not even get 50. He's a left-handed bat whose swing would play perfectly in Yankee Stadium. And also, he's just 28 years old. Him returning to his 2020 form isn't just a possibility, but more so a certainty. Number 4, Justin Verlander. Justin Verlander has thrown just 6 innings since the end of the 2019 season. After undergoing Tommy John surgery, the soon-to-be 39-year-old will be in the market for a 1-year deal with an AAV close to $20 million. Would the Yankees be willing to pay that? Well, they did send scouts to one of his public workouts that he was apparently reaching 96 miles an hour at. Part of me is a little bit hesitant because this could be Corey Kluber all over again. Sign a former Cy Young Award winner coming off a major injury to a 1-year low-risk, high-reward contract, except the risk is incredibly high because you're counting on him to be your number 3 starter. But yeah, the upside with Verlander is definitely high. He won a Cy Young Award in his last full season, going 21-6 with a 2.58 ERA in 2019. Number 3, Corey Seager. Corey Seager has all of a sudden become somewhat underrated this offseason. People are forgetting how good he is and has been ever since his debut in 2016. Now, the reason for that is because there's another great player available at shortstop, which we'll get to in a moment. But as for Seager, he's an elite shortstop. Now, he played just 95 games in 2021, but for the same reason Judge played 112 in 2018. He was hit by a pitch that fractured his hand. You can't blame him for that. And speaking of, we got to drop the whole injury-prone narrative with Seager. It's not his fault he got hurt this year. He played full seasons in 2020, 2019, 2017, and 2016. 2018, he had Tommy John, which is weird. He's not injury-prone. But let's get to his production. He hit .306 with a .394 on base, .521 slugging with 16 homers and a .147 WRC+. His 3.7 WAR extrapolated over, I know that's a big word for me, extrapolated, over 150 games was a 5.8 WAR season, just below MVP caliber, that is. His production, it's never been an issue. His defense could be better, and he's not exactly as athletic as he looks, at least from what Dodgers fans tell me and from what I saw in the postseason. But in the end, a 6-WAR player is a 6-WAR player. If the Yankees end up with Seager, which many expect they will be a much better baseball team. Number 2, Carlos Rodon. After being drafted 3rd overall by the White Sox in the 2014 draft, Carlos Rodon had compiled an okay career through his age 27 season, but hadn't been the stud scouts projected him to be, until 2021, that is. Following a beatdown in 2020 and a mediocre injury-riddled 2019, Rodon balled out this past year for a 2.37 ERA over 132 innings, going 13-5 over 24 starts. The White Sox have decided not to offer him a qualifying offer despite the career-high 4.9 WAR season he posted. Now, he won't be getting north of $100 million, but Rodon still won't come cheap, perhaps a 4-year deal worth $15 to $17 million a year. Number 1, Carlos Correa. When it comes to Carlos Correa, it's rather simple. Are the Yankees willing to move past the cheating scandal and Correa taking part in stealing possibly multiple World Series appearances from them? We do not know. The front office obviously has to okay it, and the players obviously have to okay it. We know Brian Cashman seeked Aaron Judge's approval before acquiring Giancarlo Stanton all those years ago. It's hard to imagine he wouldn't do the same with Correa. But let's for a moment ignore that and just look at how he fits. Well, for starters, he is the better player than Seager. Now, they're not too far apart, especially numbers-wise, but Correa is considered to be the better hitter, fielder, and just better overall athlete. Not to mention, he kind of mastered the whole persona of being the villain, which I won't even lie is pretty cool. With all that said, he is going to cost more than Seager, and I feel like that's ultimately what I believe it'll come down to. Do you give Correa, the slightly better player, potentially $300 million when you might be able to get Seager for $200? It's a good question to wonder about, but quite frankly, I'm fine with either.